Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw. Now, I've been bringing you sewing tutorials and videos on YouTube since 2011. And I was only thinking recently, I've never actually formally introduced myself, so I think it's about time that I did. So I'll give you a little bit of my background and my history and about where I am, where I live and what I do, and then we'll have a chat about the channel and what we're going to do going forward as well. So I've been sewing for most of my life. My mum taught me to sew when I was a little girl, so it's always been a part of my life as a hobby. My career has always been in TV, so I've been working in television since 1979. I've been acting, I've been a presenter, and for the last, 16 years or so, I've been working in shopping television. And this is the funny thing, because this is where my career and my hobby came together. So when we started selling sewing machines on the channel, and I was volunteering saying, oh, I can sew, I can demonstrate that sewing machine, can I have a go? And the buyer very kindly said, yes, you can. That's when sewing kind of started to take over. So around about the same time as I started my YouTube channel, I wrote my first book for Search Press, which was making cushion covers. Now pretty much I'm sewing full-time, so I no longer work as a presenter for the channel, but I do go back and sell sewing related products on the channel. So I'm still there on Create and Craft, both in the UK and in the US, and of course online as well. I'll give you the details on the bottom of your screen actually, so you can take a look if you like. But from home, I do most of my sewing now, making these YouTube videos and tutorials and writing lots and lots of books. I've actually got 14 published books at the moment, and there's another 6 coming out later on this year. So I've got lots of things to be keeping you busy with. So this is my home. This is where I do the sewing. This is where I live. I'm in Lincolnshire in England. At the moment it's very cold and snowy outside. We do get some nice weather later on in the year. And it's a lovely, quiet little country cottage in the middle of a very quiet little village, and that's exactly where I like to sew. So this is actually my little filming studio room. I'm joined quite often by my pets. You'll see my dog Bobbin popping up every now and again. She is down here at the moment, but she's... Are you busy? Or would you like to come and say hello? Bobbin, come here. I've also got a couple of cats. In fact, I've got 3 cats now because we've been adopted by another one. Hello, come on. So you'll see these chaps popping up every now and again in the videos, which is, it's all part of my life, so that's really important as well. Aren't you, matey? I do have a separate sewing room. My husband, Gary, is a photographer as well as a filmmaker. So the photography in the books he does, and this is all photographed again around my home. So we have this room, we've got a little photography room with a scoop for step-by-step instructions. We have the house, which is just all room sets, and then I've got my sewing room, which is where I do most of my sewing. That's the untidy room, if you like. So this is where I am, and this is what I do. Now, as far as the channel's concerned, I like to bring you really easy to follow sewing tutorials. Personally, I love it if you're brand new to sewing, and I can maybe build up your confidence a little bit so that you can make something. Maybe it's the first time you've ever made a bag or a pouch or a skirt or anything really. So I like to get beginner sewing. I like to talk clearly. I don't use jargon. I don't use any kind of products that you wouldn't be able to buy in your local haberdashery store. So everything's kept really, really simple. And I like to explain things in as much detail as I can so that you can stop and start and pause and go forwards and go backwards and cover the projects time and time again until you've got the perfect results. Then I love it when you adapt things and make them all your own as well. So take an idea and change it. I think that's the postman. What is it? Oh, no, somebody's had the nerve to walk past the house. What you barking at, you daft dog? I know. Huh? So I love you to do that. You change things around and make things your very own. Moving forward with the channel, I've got lots and lots and lots of questions that you either email to me or you send me on Facebook or messages here on YouTube. So we're going to be having regular Q&A sessions where I can answer as many of those questions and troubleshoot. If I can possibly help out, then that would be really helpful for you as well. One final thing, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it would be lovely to have you on board. The reason for doing that with you is that every time I put a new video on the channel, you're going to get a notification. So if you click on the red button, which is down here somewhere at the bottom of your screen, it says subscribe, and then there'll be a little bell icon. And if you click that as well, then that'll turn on your notifications. So you'll get a notification every time there's a new video, which I'm aiming to do every week, if I can possibly keep up with it, if I'm not too busy. So come along and join us, subscribe to the channel, let me have any feedback that you have about the videos, what you'd like to see, any questions that you have. Join me on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter if you wish as well, and again I'll leave those details on your screen. For those of you that have already subscribed, at the moment to date we've got over 170,000 of you, so I'd just like to say a big thank you to each and every one of you, and for all of the newcomers that are coming along, and we're getting about 400 or 500 subscribers a day at the moment. Welcome along to you. Welcome to my world and welcome to my channel. And here's to more sewing. I'll see you shortly.